Nothing is impossible in this world. Everything that seems beyond reach, every mountain, every ocean, every dream that feels too big is possible. If you believe in yourself, if you take the first step and refuse to give up, you will realize that every limitation exists only in your mind. When you let go of fear and doubt and choose courage and determination, you become unstoppable, and the impossible becomes possible. Remember that it is not the world that decides what you can or cannot do. It is your mind. It is your heart. It is your will to rise above the challenges and to keep moving forward. Every person who achieved greatness once stood where you are today. They faced uncertainty, they faced ridicule, they faced failure, but they did not let it define them. They used it as fuel to ignite their inner fire, to push beyond their comfort zone, to step into the unknown and create a reality that once seemed unachievable. They knew that every obstacle is an opportunity, every setback is a lesson, every tear is a step closer to your dream, and if they could do it, then so can you. Nothing is impossible in this world. If you refuse to quit, if you refuse to accept no as the answer, if you refuse to believe that something is beyond your reach, you will discover that your potential is limitless, that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. The people who changed the world, the innovators, the dreamers, the pioneers, they all started with a belief that what others called impossible could be made possible. They dared to dream, they dared to fail, they dared to keep going even when the path was unclear, even when the odds were stacked against them, even when the world doubted them. They believed in their vision, and they worked tirelessly to turn it into reality. And so can you. The Wright brothers, who built a machine heavier than air and lifted it into the sky. They were told it could not be done. They were told that humans could not fly, yet they persisted. They experimented, they failed countless times. They adjusted and tried again, and one day they soared above the earth and proved to the world that nothing is impossible. The astronauts who set foot on the moon, they were told it was too dangerous, too far, too unattainable, but they believed, they trained, they prepared, they endured, and they achieved what once seemed beyond imagination. And you have your own moon to reach, your own sky to soar into, your own impossible to make possible. The young athlete who practiced day and night, who fell again and again, yet never stopped, who faced criticism and doubt, yet continued to push themselves, became a champion, not because they were the fastest or the strongest, but because they refused to accept limits. They refused to let failure define them. They understood that effort and perseverance are more powerful than talent alone. And so it is with every dream you have, every goal you set, every step you take towards becoming the person you want to be. Nothing is impossible if you keep moving forward, if you keep believing, if you keep striving. When you are tired, when you are broken, when the world seems against you, remember that inside you is a fire that no obstacle can extinguish. Inside you is strength that no failure can take away. Inside you is a spirit that is unbreakable, that can rise again and again and again. Every challenge you face is molding you. Every struggle you endure is preparing you. Every moment you choose to stand up again is proving to yourself that nothing is impossible in this world. Imagine a life where you never accepted limits, where you never listened to the voice that said you could not. You moved forward despite doubt, despite fear, despite every reason to quit. You followed your heart and your passion, and you realized that the impossible is only a word, the impossible is only a shadow, until you step into your power, until you claim your dreams, until you take action. Nothing is impossible when you take one step and then another. When you refuse to give up, when you embrace the struggle, you begin to understand that your mind is the most powerful tool you possess, that your heart is the most courageous force in existence, that your will is the most unstoppable energy in the universe. And when you combine these forces, when you refuse to settle, when you refuse to accept no, when you refuse to stop, nothing can hold you back, nothing can limit you, nothing can keep you from achieving greatness. And every person who doubted you, every person who said it could not be done, every person who laughed at your dreams will watch you rise and realize that nothing was impossible for you, because you chose to make it possible. You chose to believe, you chose to act, you chose to persist. And when you look back at the journey, you will see the mountains you climbed, the storms you endured, the nights you cried, the fears you faced, the doubts you overcame, and you will smile because you understand that nothing is impossible in this world, and that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. And you will continue to dream, you will continue to strive, you will continue to rise higher and higher, because the world is full of possibilities, waiting for those who dare to take them, waiting for those who refuse to accept limits, waiting for those who know in their heart that nothing is impossible in this world. Your dreams are not too big, your goals are not too far, your challenges are not too great. If you choose to believe, if you choose to fight, if you choose to rise again and again and again, you are unstoppable, and the impossible impossible is yours to make possible, and so go forward with courage, with determination, with passion, with fire in your heart, and never forget that nothing is impossible in this world, and every step you take brings you closer to the life you were meant to live, and the dreams you were meant to achieve, and the person you were meant to become.